Hi everyone. Now initially I wasn't going to make a video. Sam said I've got to have some time off, but she isn't here today. She's gone out shopping, and although I'm not going to be doing any strenuous construction work, I am going to be doing a little bit of cleaning up. So I've got a fantastic log basket that I used in the previous video, and I thought we'd make a start on cleaning that up. It's kind of still making progress towards a cottage renovation. Now this is one fantastic piece. It's probably 200 years old. It's all hand riveted. It would have been not necessarily a log basket, but maybe a cauldron. They've burnt the bottom out of it, they've replaced it, and that really does make it a rather special piece, the fact that it's been repaired by hand. So we're going to have a go at cleaning this up and see what we come up with. I think it's going to look absolutely splendid. It is too heavy for me to hold at the polishing wheel, so I'm going to do it with a polishing head on an angle grinder. Get rid of that spider. Don't want to kill him, but it's got wrought iron strap work underneath. Castellated joints around the base as well. This really is a great piece. It almost looks better upside down because that's where all the workmanship is. It's also equally important when you're cleaning up any old dusty stuff is a dust mask. Seems common sense, but you'll be surprised how many people don't. And of course, safety glasses. I'm not after trying to get this back like bright shiny copper because that loses all of its age and patination. We just want to clean it. Still want to retain this rich gold colour, but just clean it up. Already you can see the copper rivets just pinging. Oh, that is so nice to see. You know, a couple of 100 years ago, someone would have been punching all them round coppersmith. That is a real skill to make it watertight as well. Not just one row, but two rows. Maybe add two replacements. Already feels really nice and smooth. And I'll probably use a mixture of hand cleaning, not too vigorous, just to bring up these beautiful rivets. I think some of them may be copper, some may be brass. It's a sympathetic clean, not a harsh strip it back. It's a bright copper look. This takes hundreds of years to get to this patination, and I don't want to remove it, just want to enhance it. Let's try a bit of wet and dry on those rivets there. Wow. Now this is just taking the polish off, the black polish that I'm using to buff it back. Like I say, it's a shame it's upside down and you won't see this, but I still want to clean it. I think the inner row of rivets are copper and the outer ones, done at a different time, are brass. Don't know whether you can see it yet, but all the way around here it's like a dovetailing castellation. That's all done by hand, cut and brazed joints all the way around the base and all the way down one of the side sections, which we'll come to shortly. It's just down here. Fantastic. And there you can see it, all hand cut and then brazed to make it watertight. It goes around there and all the way around. That is very hard to do. Now with the metal work, I shall put a light wax over it once it's where I need it to be. I'm trying to bring it up like that. The look I'm after. Yeah. Don't mind if a little bit of bright copper just peeks through a little bit. Okay, for now I'm pretty happy with that level of restoration. Let's start working on the side now. Already I can see all the little hammer blows how they've fashioned this flat piece of copper into this fantastic item. Now already can you start to see all the beautiful handmade hammer blows in it? Yeah. Now I don't want to clean it much more than that. It's clean to the touch. You can still see its history. Yeah, it's come along nice. So for now, that is as far as I want to go with this. I may decide to knock it back a little bit more after I've finished the interior, but certainly for the first pass, yeah, that's where it needs to be. And of course we come to the interior, which is looking rather shabby. Now, I may employ a slightly different technique to the interior. Yep. Doesn't matter about the verdigris, that's all part of its past and history. We'll clean the handle up. It looks like a few birds have been using this as a perch. Now we've got some fantastic copper rivets at the top, big ones. We've got a nice bit of bronze on the handle bracket. Now this really is going to sing once it's cleaned up. Going to need a bucket. So again, not going too harsh with it. Try and keep it even as well. We'll be left with something really stunning at the end of this. I've had this piece for quite a few years. Nearly sold it on my site. I'm glad I didn't. Okay. Let's give that a clean off to see how far we need to go with it. No expense spared, look, brand new sponge. That's kind of where we need it to be, a little bit maybe more. Now watch all these rivets come to life. There you can see the brazing and that dog's tooth dovetail joint. So I'm pretty happy with the level that it's cleaned up to. Now I don't want to go any brighter inside because it will look disjointed to the colour outside. We've still got some copper just showing through. Might just clean that up a little bit more. The base is fine, it will have black on it because it used to sit over a fire. But the inside, it's got to show some wear, but at the same time show the character of this fantastic cauldron, because that's what it is initially. You know, it was a cauldron, now it's a log basket. What do you think? Doesn't that look fabulous next to that roaring fire full of logs? Yeah, pleased with the level of cleaning. Well, that is it for this little mini restoration of this fantastic item. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.